Okay, Abby, so this is our coordinator assessment number 3.
Mhm.
And so this is our third meeting, and this meeting is taking a look at the whole year.
Okay.
So our first one was, of course, just the beginning of year until sort of November-ish.
Okay.
And then it was November to March-ish.
March-ish.
And now it's
Just
the
all.
whole year.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to start with looking at your cleric's expectations, the professionalism.
Okay.
And across the board through here, you are consistently meeting expectations. And again, this section is where you can only be meeting expectations or not.
Or not.
Yep. So
Cool.
You've been consistently meeting expectations all year here.
Mhm.
You've been getting your administrative work in on time and done correctly. You've had consistently thoughtful and well-planned lessons. You communicate really well with your school staff as well as with us. You make sure that the school is on board with what the Playworks programming is, and you let me know if there's anything coming up, like in a great, timely manner.
Yeah.
You rarely make an error on your time cards, and you always have them done on time, though I do sometimes have to remind you to submit them.
Totally. Yeah.
But with that reminder, you turn them in right away.
Right away.
So you're still consistently meeting that expectation.
Sweet.
Let's see. You can be counted upon to display our 4 core values every day here and while you're at meetings with us. You're a solid team player. You're really awesome at sharing out the things that you're doing, things that are going well, as well as soliciting help from our other coaches via GChat and email and all of that.
Yeah, even Chloe lately has been like texting me of like, so you did capture the flag, but like, what did you do? And like, do you think this would work? And so her and even Rob too, we've been talking, because I did capture the flag a few weeks ago. So then they've been reaching out to me being like, all right, well, how did you do this? Or how did this work or whatever? So it's been nice, being able to like show best practices and stuff.
Awesome.
For sure.
I love hearing that. One of my last things is that you're a valuable member of both your school community and of our Playworks community. You have a really easy-going rapport with pretty much everybody, which is
Sweet.
awesome.
Perfect.
So, meeting expectations. Looking now at class game time, community learning time.
Yep.
So from now on, I'm going to switch back and forth between CLT and CGT because it just confuses me to see it.
Totally.
But that's okay.
No worries.
I've seen lots of really awesome growth from you over this year.
Sweet.
And going back and looking at your PCAs from previous years, I can see that in your third year now, you've had a ton of growth, which is really awesome to see. You didn't just sort of like plateau.
Sweet.
But some of the areas to highlight that you're just exceeding right now is linking your CLTs directly to what you want to see at recess.
Yeah.
I know that with the school you helped create that practice profile, and you've been relating your final CLTs to that, and that has really made a difference outside with both student engagement and adult engagement. So really feel like you've gone above and beyond what you need to with that, which is fantastic.
Sweet.
As well as in having an objective in your lessons and really reviewing those objectives with your students and teachers.
Cool.
So it's not just a learning objective that you say at the beginning and then are done.
Just like, don't do it.
You're constantly referring back to it, which is awesome.
For sure.
Another highlight is that you actually play during CLT as well as instruct in how to play.
Yeah.
So I know some coaches will just tell us how to play and then they'll kind of coach from the sidelines.
Yeah.
And you'll actually jump into the games and show what the play needs to look like. So you're modeling really well and going above and beyond in that area. And I know that you've had some growth in there because I don't have it pulled up right now, but in your previous PCAs, I know you were working on getting some more proactive group management in there and using different attention getters. And I feel like I've been seeing that happen, which is really great. And you also, I'm so proud, have reduced like your time to movement at the beginning dramatically. I think you're down to most of the time it's like less than a minute from when they come in to when they're moving. So awesome.
One of my new attention getters that I've been doing like lately this week is like, because we've been doing partner to partner this week, so I'll just be like hand to hand. like elbow to elbow or like finger to head,
Oh, nice. So just like individually.
like individually, like doing. So then it's like, and then I'll be like, eyes on me.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's So that's like kind of my new attention getter I've been doing
Nice.
lately.
It's a good link, good connection.
Totally.
I like it. So then moving on to your recess assessment. This is another area that you're particularly strong in and that I've seen some great growth in through the year. One area, you were doing this at the beginning of the year and consistently through, but it's been fantastic, is having those boundaries out at recess and shifting the boundaries, and they're always visible. You use chalk really well when you're able to, your cones are always out, and your junior coaches know where those things go and how to set that stuff up as well, so that just shows me how consistent you've been, and that's amazing.
Yay.
You also have a really great ability to facilitate play between kids of different age levels and ability levels. So I love when I come out, I see first graders playing with fifth graders, playing Foursquare, like specifically, and fifth graders really helping those first graders play.
Totally.
And you see that in all of your recesses since you have the combined grades.
Yep.
I don't see really anybody who's just kind of left out because they don't know how to play or because of their age or because they're a boy or a girl or anything like that.
Something that I've done lately is, because there were actually issues with like fifth and first for a while, like on the playground specifically, so some like rule that I kind of added in is, it's like if fifth graders want to play with first graders or vice versa, they have to play a game and not on the playground. So then that, I've been seeing a lot of fifth grade girls that normally are just like doing whatever, they have actually been coming off the playground and like doing jump rope with the first graders, or they do like a dance circle or something like that's not just always on the playground. So I've been telling those so it's like some of my fifth grade girls, I've like grabbed them after recess and I was like, hey, I love that you guys have been playing hula hoops with the younger kids, and we're not just like on the playground like, you know, not really doing anything and like being a bad example. So they're like actually engaging them.
That's
so it's
awesome.
that's been really good this week actually. So it's kind of a fun new thing that I've been doing with the different ages.
I love that you're giving them props too for like for doing that, and that you're not just saying, you know, don't play here or don't do something, but instead do this one thing.
Totally, yeah.
Encouraging that play. So I do think that you're exceeding expectations in that area for just that kind of reason. And this one I was really excited to see. Last PCA, I did give you sort of your approaching expectations for engaging the adults on the playground to model and promote safe and healthy play.
Yep.
And I think you're exceeding that now. Because the last 3-4 weeks when I've been out, I've seen almost all adults engaging in a game with kids, not just sort of being spread out or having a bunch of people on the playground.
Totally.
So I think the practice profile is really working, and I think that the modeling that you've been doing and gentle encouragement has really been working well.
For sure. Yeah, and something that even in the practice profile it says like, I've been engaging the adults like during CLT, or like especially if the aides are there, I'll be like, so this is what we do at recess. So then when we go out to recess, they'll be like, oh yeah, we know like what to do, and like, so it's kind of cool that they've been even learning from the CLTs too, like the adults, you know. So that's been awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then everything else, all of our recess expectations, there you're following along and you're really meeting all of those expectations, which is where I would hope you would be at in your end of your third year.
Exactly. Totally.
So that's great. Junior Coach Leadership Program. And I wanted to highlight in here that, I think that you do a really great job of communicating with parents and teachers about the things that are going on. And even though you didn't have any students able to come to the Junior Coach Conference, I know that you sent home the letters, you sent home permission slips, you checked in with the students, you also called home. And I know that you were doing that because I've heard you do it. So I know that you were really doing everything you could to make sure students could come, and I've seen you do that throughout the year. So I really think your communication with them is top notch, and even if they're not able to come, it's not due to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Something to work on, and this is definitely something you can take with you, even if you're not with us again, because I know 3 years. Junior coach trainings, I did more often than not see you putting that together the day of. And I think that if you managed your time a little bit differently and had a space the day before to go through what you were going to do with that training and how, then some of the group management within your training would probably have gotten smoothed out because you had good lessons. They just were a little bit more on the fly.
Totally.
And I also am pretty sure that came from you being in your third year and having run a program for 3 years.
Yeah.
But there's always a benefit to making sure that you write it down first.
Yeah, totally. And when I saw that when I reviewed this earlier today, I was like, I totally agreed, and I was like, I can see that.
Awesome.
So I'm not disagreeing at all.
Great.
But yeah.
And then I think that you also empower your junior coaches really well to take leadership throughout recess, because your junior coaches are also leading when they're not on.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have that shirt, I see them absolutely spread out, not just playing with each other or just playing with their friends, but really working to lead the games, particularly when they are up at tag or getting a jump rope going or foursquare. And they're continuing to do that.
For sure.
So that's just another place where I see your program is excelling, even if you're not always planned.
Sweet.
So junior coach program looking good.
Sweet. Sounds good.
Leagues are definitely one of your strongest areas.
For sure.
I mean, just from your coaching background, and I can tell that you enjoy them.
Yeah.
You really have fun with those leagues.
Totally.
And you had some big challenges this year with being the only St. Paul school, and so having to set up your own league and make it a fun league night on its own.
Yeah.
And I think you really rose to the occasion and took on that challenge and did some really great things with it. Again, you had great communication with families. In trying really hard to make sure that there were enough people here, but you never showed any kind of disappointment if your game nights were a little bit smaller than we hoped.
Yeah.
And they were always really fun.
Yeah.
So you did a great job in that.
Sweet.
Your practices are always spot on. You're really great at saying this is the skill that we need to focus on today. And we are going to work on that through these games. And then you're also really good at giving individual attention to each of your players.
Yeah.
So that the players who already have some natural ability, you're able to challenge them, and you're able to also take time to work with the players who maybe have less skill and natural ability.
Cool.
You definitely are engaging your families at the league nights, especially making sure that you have a halftime event and asking for us to bring some things that we can use as prizes and making sure that you run that part. It's really awesome. And communicating and focusing. Yeah, those are sort of the really big highlights.
Sweet.
But I really was very impressed with what you did to have one big team, and then especially in basketball, just going for just one big league night, and it was really fun. You could see the build up, and you could see that your players were still really excited to have a game, even though they were playing with each other.
With each other, for sure.
Anything else for you there?
No. I think, I mean, like you said, it was really tough just having my own league. And even the kids, a lot of times they'd be like, why are we even doing this? We're not even playing against anyone. And so it was for me, it was having, like you said, having to really step up and be like, well, it's so that your families can watch you and so you can showcase your skills and stuff like that. So just really getting the kids hyped up was a challenge in itself, let alone getting the parents, to get there and excited about it too. But I think it actually went better than I thought it would, just based on like you said, just making sure it was fun and then calling parents and making sure people came and stuff like that. So it was good.
Sweet. So community engagement initiative. I know this is happening tonight.
Yeah.
So there were a couple things that I couldn't actually say on here.
For sure.
But you are meeting all of your expectations for the event. You completed the assessment. You've been utilizing all of your resources for making sure people know the event is happening. You've been working with the school, and you're encouraging electric run for fun.
Yeah, it's just encouraging electric run.
I just like the for fun part.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really fun event and something that will really build community and bring
For sure.
community together.
Yeah.
So you're on track with that, and
Cool.
I know that you were on target to have all of your volunteers recruited, even if they're having some trouble signing